Hey folks, this is Eric Gould, and today we're going to talk about white balance, how to change it, modify it, or set it to anything that you want. We all know that the color of the light changes the way things look. If there's a sunrise or a sunset, things look different. Now, in the old days of film, what we needed to do is we needed to know exactly what the color of the light was going to be. Whether it was going to be real blue, real gold, we needed to understand if we're going to be in shady light, sunny light, etc. Fortunately, or even the color of the light, in this case, the old film speed would be 3200. Fortunately, with today, with auto white balance built into our cameras, we really don't need to know what the exact white balance is. We can use auto white balance, and the camera does a great job. In fact, it gets it right almost 99% of the time, but occasionally it makes a mistake, or we set it to the wrong setting, like in this photo right here. Okay, here we are. This is a photo that I took. I clearly had the settings wrong to do it, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to change the white balance in one of a couple of ways. First, we're in Lightroom, and we can come over to this panel here, and we can pull down this menu here and let Lightroom automatically try to do a job for us. It does a pretty good job. I'm holding down the backslash key. That's once, that's after, before, and after. Or I can pick one of these other presets. That's daylight, not too much of a change. Shade, a little bit. Fluorescent, clearly not what we want. Or custom. Or we can come up here as shot. Let's reset that. Whoops, double clicking on that. And another way so we can use these presets is we can just simply move this slider back and forth and pick whatever we think looks great. So let's say we wanted to do here. Now, the wonderful thing about white balance is that it's your choice. What do you like the way it looks? Do you like it warmer? Look how the bar here has got a little bit yellow to it. So we know if we go this way, it's going to be warmer or more golden. And if we push it this way, it's going to be more blue. Or we don't need to look at all. We can just basically slide it to where we want. Okay, another way we can do is we can pick a target neutral point, something that is particularly gray, and we can use it to set that. Now look over this mirror over here, this right over here. It is navigator, and look what happens as I click on different things, how the white balance changes. So what we could do is pick a neutral section. Basically, we're looking for something that's grayish, where those three colors you see in the very bottom of this thing, it says RGB. We're looking for something where those numbers are about the same. And then we'll go from there. So we got something about here. We click on that, and wonderful, look at that. All right, so that was using a color in there to set it. Now, let's say we needed to know precisely what color this was. Let's say we're in the business of selling these crazy looking orange cushions, and we want to make sure that when people go online, when they see the image online, it looks just like this crazy cushion will look when it arrives at home. So let's reset it and do another thing. When you're doing that, what a professional photographer would do, or even yourself, is that you would include a known color, or a gray card they call it, or this color target here. And what we do is we use the color tool again, and we click it right here, and we know that is the exact color that we want it to be, because it's a known color. This mid-tone gray, white back, and we can do it that way, and that works great. But of course, we can make any changes what we want again, going forward, going back, and moving it that way. Now, that's one thing. Let's just take a look. That's how I shot this in RAW. Let me just show you the difference, what happens if you shoot it in JPEG. Here's the exact same photo in JPEG. Now I'm going to come over here to custom, as shot. It really doesn't do auto. They did an okay job, but one thing to notice, you see how many choices are missing here? We get many more choices in RAW. And over here, if I slide it, this slider goes to 100, goes to 100 here. And then if I pop back to RAW, look at the difference. I can go all the way up to 50,000 to 2,000. So the delineation or the precision that I want is much greater in RAW. If I would switch to RAW for just one reason alone, it could be the flexibility that I have in using white balance. Let's take a look at one more photo, give you an idea of how white balance can be used completely as choice or selective. So this is the way the photo, let me just come down here and correct it just a little bit. And shadows just a tiny bit to move forward. We're still at the way it was shot. If I go to auto, warms it up just a little bit. If I come over here, cloudy. Okay, that might be something that someone would like. Shady or shade, shady, and go for tungsten's clearly not it. But also what I could do is I can come over here into one of these mountains and use that as a benchmark. Now, I don't need to like any of these. You need to pick the ones that you like. White balance is a way for you to dramatically affect the overall color range of your photo. Shoot raw, be selective, use one of these techniques, and have fun. Thanks.